That's our house page.
Oh, God, yeah. I lived in Manhattan for a short while when I was like 21, when I didn't have a care in the world. But soon after, I says, this is not logical. Brooklyn and the outer boroughs offer so much more space to have, for the amount of money that it would have a studio here, I have an extremely large one-bedroom apartment right by Prospect Park, which offers me a big backyard, which is about the size of Central Park.
Right.
So, and it only takes me half an hour to get to work.
Wow.
Yeah, I hop on the subway up there in no time. Yeah.
We took a ferry.
The subway system and the bus system and the ferry system, although we criticize it a lot, it's there 24 hours a day. It's a city that doesn't sleep. A city that cannot sleep. A lot of things have to be done at night.
Look at that bike. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Spend a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
We'll make a right here on Amsterdam Avenue. Our next stop is the Cathedral of St. John de the Mine. It is an Episcopalian church and it is a Gothic cathedral. The cornerstone was laid in 1892, and the completion, no one can tell you. It's anybody's guess, because they use no steel or cranes or modern technology. They're being built the way cathedrals were built, and again, if you're from Europe, you're familiar with this, you'll see similarities, or from Central or South America. You know they're going to take a few hundred years. Some say they never want to finish it, that's all this talk. But it is extremely large, and a popular tourist attraction. It suffered a terrible fire in 2001, which is just a very unlucky year for New York. And there you see it to the right. Now the transept, it's in the shape of a cross, so the part that would be the arms is not of the it doesn't exist just yet. It's very long and narrow. You get that, as I told you, two beautiful medieval tapestries, and each altar in each side has the patron saint of different nations of the world, because it caters to the needs of immigrants. So, patron saint of England, which is George, and of France, and of Spain, and of Italy, and France, and etc. But to get all people included. It's also a place where quite a number of celebrities like to attend, even if you're not of this faith. It's an extremely beautiful cathedral, and for those people like me that don't get to travel, would love to see places of worship around the world, I do have this, and you can see what the raving is for those that go to France and Italy and Germany and Mexico and etc. It's really massive. Now before we stop in front of the lovely cathedral, we're going to stop just before that so you can see this beautiful sculpture designed by Mr. Weiss. It's called the Peace Fountain, or Good Over Evil, and you can see St. Michael the Archangel with his large wingspan and a giraffe just rising up and holding on to it in the sun, and the head of Satan pointing to the ground with the horns. The sculptures around the face, which are the animals believed to be on Noah's Ark, were designed by New York City children. They were given the opportunity to display their art here for free. And the spiral thing there refers to the DNA. Everything has a meaning. The crab legs, of course, are further down to hell because it's underneath ground, while a giraffe is more peaceful and graceful with its long neck. Notice that there are no statues to the right except one, because they haven't been carved out yet. In the center you got the 12 apostles, and above that other saints or religious figures in beautiful pastel colors, which is marble from around the world that comes in those shades. And those large doors there, you have biblical stories. Left is Old Testament, right is New Testament. And again, you can spend here hours talking about the front and the inside. It's open to 6 o'clock in October. 13th, I think it is, on the feast day of St. Francis of Assisi. This is where they have the blessing of the animals.
Oh, yeah. For God so loved the world.
So how long has it been here, Lisa?
Huh? been finished for years and years, and it's been here for, or was it finished being built? It looks like colors faded over there where they once painted. Mom, look, front entrance, where they once painted.
Yeah. I don't know, they probably
Redo the front.
well sandblasted.
Well, they said that it hasn't been done, some of the front hasn't. But so this has been unfinished, but they've been building it since when?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know.
1800s?
Well,
What?
at least.
Oh yeah, I think no one knows.
17. No, 18. I would think.
But it's still being built, or no? Do they just not
No.
finish it?
They just didn't finish it.
Oh. And some say it was supposed to be that way, and
Well, some say it was finished and some say it wasn't finished.
somewhat does look like it's unfinished because of the statues.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? Because there's statues here, but then the other areas where they have statues in the windows, they don't.
Yeah.
But it's finished and isn't done in. I mean, there's no more work on it anymore,
Yeah.
right? Wow, it's
This
amazing.
shed here is where they trained the stonemasons, and another New York City first is female stonemasons.
Oh.
Less than 100 years ago, they started training women in this field, and a job that used to go down from father to son can now go from mother to daughter, which is quite interesting. It was dominated by men, so that's wonderful that we have. That's a lot of New York City firsts. Some things are just silly, like we're the first people to invent toilet tissue. Like the first ones to mass produce it. All sorts of odd things, trivial questions. Over to the left is Columbia University's law school. You'll see the names of the buildings of early Americans like John Jay and Alexander Hamilton. It's a very large university. The original name was King's College, but after the American Revolution, of course, there's a lot of anti-British sentiment here, so they quickly changed the name. It's just the word Kings or Queens bothered them. The Americans at that time thought King George III was the Antichrist. You know, all political figures have been the Antichrist at one point or another. But a reminder that it was King's College. Look, we've left the crowns here. The lion is still the symbol of this university. Same symbol used as England. In fact, the lion that is the symbol of this university is the same lion that you see in the MGM movie Giant that roars.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Mayer was a student at Columbia, so he says, "Oh, I'll use this lion as the logo for MGM." That's how it comes about.
No.
So Manhattan Valley is
What's
just a
that?
big dip here.
Do you know what this little building
This
is?
little building again is part of the university at one time. It wasn't a stable, I know that. Perhaps a warehouse or something. It's just a nothing now.
Huh.
But it was part of Columbia University, or King's College.
When did Columbia University get built? Or
Oh, well, original King's College, the first building is in the lower part of Manhattan by Trinity Church.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the American Express building now, right by Trinity
yeah.
Church. That's the actual first King's
Oh,
College,
okay.
yeah. You know, in the old New York.
Yeah, right.
And then eventually takes a lot of property up this way.
Sure.
We'll make a left here. We're going to make our next stop by a national monument, Grant's Tomb.
Oh, good.
What's
Yeah.
Grant's?
Who is buried in Grant's Tomb?
Oh, Grant's
Ulysses
tomb.
S.
Oh,
Grant.
I thought you said
Yep,
something
the
else.
official answer is no one, because they are interred. They are above ground.
Right.
So, interred there's Ulysses S. Grant and his wife, Julia Dent.
Oh, right.
Teachers College, part of Columbia University, is located right here to the right. And the very famous Riverside Church upcoming. That's the Union Theological Seminary right there in the corner. And then you'll see the church.